Hello and welcome everyone to my fifth tutorial on PHP array. Today I'm going to demonstrate two important functions on PHP, and those will be in array, another will be array values. So let's start with in array. So I'm gonna give you a couple of scenarios and explain how it's going to be needed and where to applicable. So let's just explain how it's going to be needed in our cases. So find the given value that exists on array. So how we need this? Let's say we have an array, that is, I'm gonna give you array 1 and I will notate this with the square bracket, and then I'm going to type in some values. Let's say SUV, some car types, let's say sedan, and probably minivan. I'm gonna put V uppercase. I'm going to come back here later on why I gave this, and probably another value with 55 or a decimal value 32. So that's it. And you know, PHP array can hold different types of data. So I'm gonna start with by using the PHP in array function. So let's start with if in array. So as you know, in array takes two value. One is the needle, another one is the haystack. So needle is the value we need to find, and the other one is that the array. So it is going to return us some let's say boolean return. So as a result, we will basically use the if else condition. So let's find the SUV from that array. So array 1 will be our reference value here, and as you can see, I made a mistake. I'm going to close this, and this is fine now, and I'm going to echo some value here. Echo SUV match found. So if this condition success, then we will see the line number 6 executed. So I'm going to add a couple of more and going to print those out after that. So if in array, I'm going to use the other value, that is minivan, but I'm going to type minivan in a different way. So you can see I put minivan lowercase v, and in my case it had the value minivan v uppercase. So the source will be array 1, and then we will print out similar kind of value here, echo, but it will be minivan because we looked into minivan. So, and then I'm gonna add another check that will explain how to check the numerical value. So in array, I'm going to run down a little quick. So 55.32, normally we can provide string, so I'm gonna stay with the string here, and the next time I'm gonna use the numeric notation. So it could be string quotation 55.32 match found, that's it, and close it. And the other one will be kind of similar but different. So it will be directly given 55.32 without the quotation, and I will remove the single quote from the answer from here as well. So the point is 4 different condition has been added, and each will be executed one after another, and I'm gonna add an additional echo at the beginning, which would just beautify some of the output. So this would be good to go. So now in this first example, if you see line number 7, it will definitely match SUV because SUV matches with the every word exact. For the second one, it will basically not gonna reach line number 11 because you can see I provided minivan, V is lowercase, and in our example V was uppercase. So it is quite clear that line number 11 will never gonna be executed. But for the another check in array, I'm gonna add additional check that is gonna use let's say I will provide the boolean later on here because we can pass boolean as a strict mode check. So first of all, this in array going to be have two different features. One is the case sensitive, another one is the strict mode. So for case sensitive, the example is line number 11. For the strict mode, I haven't added, but I will add that later. So now start the server and see how the output comes in here. So in our case, the one will be 5, and it should open that. If I click this, yes. So the output has shown in one line, so I'm gonna add a couple of things here. So one, I'm gonna add a backslash n so that it moves that to the next line, and this one should be in the next line, and this one I would also use that. So I'm going to reload this and I'm going to explain how it's going to work here. So as you can see, the second one did not work, third one worked, and fourth one worked. So the 55.32, despite providing the string, but in our case the value was the fully decimal point value. So as a result, it also said match found because I did not provide the strict check. Now if I provide the strict check here, true, that is gonna be additional parameter which is accepted by inArray. And now if I reload the example here, the output, this line will go away. Yes, because it is looking exactly for this provided string into this array, but in this array we have the value type is the decimal, I mean float or whatever you can address it. So that's why this is not going to work for the second and the third one. So we got success in first and fourth because you know this is 55.32 exactly matches with this one. This is like the direct match and SUV direct match, so it is case sensitive, and at the same time it can be used as a strict mode as I given in this example line number 14. So I will recap again, but now move to the another function which is array values. So now I'm gonna write some example for array values and then we'll go back to the browser again. So let's write an example here, extract values from the given array. So let's say you have a large array and you need to find only the values, and we need to just get rid of the keys. So in an associative array we have key value pair, but in your data response you have key and value both, but in your data you need to render the data and iterate those, and just simply you need to render the values, so you can get rid of the keys. So now I'm gonna write the keys, I mean write the function that gonna return us only the values. So let's just type in extract values from the given array. So you can hear the azan behind on the audio, so that is fine. Array2, and I'm gonna define this as an associative array, and this associative array will be having some name, and this is just any name, John Doe maybe, and then I would add another age, probably his age is 20 and probably he's male. So gender, I'm gonna provide lowercase male, not make. So now I'm gonna do directly print r, and because it's gonna return you the arrays of the values, so I'm gonna type array values and then only pass the array 2. So array 2 is an associative array. You already know how the associative array works, key value pairs and array 2. So what going to be the output here? I will simply open up the browser, pull that up little and reload, and you see this is the our output. So you can see, even though you were saying the 0 1 2, it is the default array and it is the only one-dimensional array, John Doe 20 and male. You have this value as a string array, I mean just one-dimensional indexed array. So now we can say that array values gives us only the values and omit the keys. So if I quickly recap what I showed you today entirely on the in array, which is commonly used in PHP, and the array values. So in array basically gives you case sensitive and strict mode. You can see the example 2 and 3, and you can exactly match find that. In any data operation you need to find the value that exists into the array, so we can utilize this function quite easily and very often. And then the other one is that the array values, we can easily extract the values that we only need, not the keys, from the given array. So that's all from me today, and we might get back on another round of tutorial on some other day. Thank you for listening to me. Bye.